Wolverine is insanely cool. Not only is he like a roided out badger, but he's also incredibly strong and can barely be killed by anything. So obviously they're going to use that and spin it on its head to turn him to the dark side, but sometimes it's not always the Logan we know and love. Greetings Nerd Squad and welcome back to Top 10 Nerd. I'm your host Connor Monroe, and today could be your future child's birthday and you wouldn't know it. If you're new here, smash that subscribe button with your adamantium bones, and in return you get daily nerdy content. And once you have, we can get started with today's list of the top 10 evil alternate versions of Wolverine. Let's do it. In at 10, DARKCLAW. DARKCLAW isn't evil per se, since he's actually a combination of Batman and Wolverine. This version of Wolverine just looks evil, and while sure he isn't really evil, it's an incredible thing to witness. At the age of 5, Logan Wayne experienced the murder of his parents. After this, he was sent to live with his uncle in Alberta, Canada, right next door. What's going on, Logan? His uncle ended up getting murdered by poachers shortly thereafter. After this, Logan got sent to a home run by nuns until he was old enough to enlist in the Royal Canadian Air Force, landing in the same outfit as Creed H. Quinn. Get it? Logan and Creed were submitted to the Weapon X project, where Logan got adamantium bonded to his bones and where he learned of his metamutant abilities. Quinn ended up becoming insane and became DARKCLAW's most dangerous adversary, the Hyena. Really? Really? While yes, DARKCLAW is a hero in this scenario, just look at him. He's terrifying. A Batman with a healing factor and freaking adamantium claws? That's literally insane. This also comes from the same universe as Harold Stark, an amalgamation of Hal Jordan and Tony Stark. And to that one dude on Instagram who said it didn't exist, here you go. I told you, it was my job to know. In at 9, DAKEN. The Winter Soldier isn't really that great of a guy, or at least he wasn't. Well, in 1946, Logan and his wife Itsu were expecting their first child together. However, Itsu ended up getting killed by the Winter Soldier, who was trying to draw Wolverine out of hiding. This would normally result in the child dying as well. However, this is the spawn of Wolverine we're talking about. A man who regenerated himself from a single drop of blood, albeit with some help. The child ended up inheriting his father's healing factor, allowing him to be extracted from his mother and raised by the villain Romulus, who told him that Wolverine was his father and also told him that it was him who killed his mother. DAKEN is incredibly strong and extremely driven. He is dead set on killing his father, and someone with a drive and a purpose will always achieve their goals. Or will they? In this scenario, no. But if you have dreams, chase them. In at 8, Earth 2149. Marvel Zombies is one hell of a morbid storyline. The 5-issue limited series is the answer to the question, what if the Marvel Universe had a zombie apocalypse? This series had several Marvel heroes turning into mindless, brain-craving monsters, and while normally Wolverine's healing factor would protect him from something like this, Logan was bit by both a zombie version of Hawkeye and zombie Captain America, thus overwhelming the healing factor you all praise. He has a zombie-enhanced cybernetic arm, since the original was lost in a fight with the Silver Surfer, which ended up granting him cosmic power after he ate the corpse of the Silver Surfer. He's strong, but also decaying and weaker due to that fact, so he could indeed be easier to defeat than other versions. He's still evil and terrifying, and he ate the corpse of Silver Surfer and got more superpowers from it. Ah! And it's 7, Ultimate Wolverine. Coming from Earth 1610, this version of Wolverine is known for going further than his typical 616 counterpart would. While 616 Wolverine may be an anti-hero, this guy is an absolute nutcase. From killing a mutant child to stabbing Magneto multiple times before succumbing to his power, he gets the job done by any means necessary, but that isn't always the right way to go. Sure, this child needed to be stopped, but you didn't need to kill the kid. What are you, purple? The other versions of Wolverine are heroes, well, not the ones on this list with the exception of number 10, but still, and leaders, but this one isn't. He also died and never came back, so while he is certainly a different take on the hero, he is not 1/10 of the man that any of the other heroes are. And at 6, Enemy of the State. While everyone thought Hydra Cap was bad, imagine Hydra Wolverine. Well, did you think Wolverine was done with brainwashing? Well, you shouldn't get too comfortable. Logan ended up finding himself possessed by Hydra in the storyline Enemy of the State, where Hydra joined forces with the Hand in the dawn of the White Light. Using their new partnership, they killed Wolverine and resurrected him under their control. As their powerful new ally, Hydra used him to steal S.H.I.E.L.D. defense plans and slice his way through the superhero community, until S.H.I.E.L.D. was eventually able to capture and cure him, I guess. If it weren't for comic book writing and the need for Wolverine to be good again, then he would have done a hell of a lot more damage than he did. Sure, I get it, everyone will be pissed if he's a bad guy for too long, but why not just let him? It would be interesting, and a man with his abilities working for the bad guy would cause so much havoc and ruin that they may never financially recover from this. Halfway through number 5, Weapon H. This is probably the newest iteration of Wolverine on this list. While Wolverine and the Hulk have had their differences over the years, whoever thought they'd have a love child? Okay, not really. Especially with those complications in the whole Old Man Logan storyline. Well, as it turns out, Weapon H is the combination of the Hulk and Wolverine. Weapon H is named Clayton, an ex-military contractor who was experimented on by Weapon X's Batch H program, who specialized in creating Hulk-Wolverine hybrids designed to kill mutants. Then they train him up, and with the appearance and strength of the Hulk, with the abilities of Wolverine, this is one fearsome foe for the X-Men to face. A hybrid that's part Wolverine, designed to kill mutants, like Wolverine. That's probably one of the most convoluted things I've ever heard. But, I mean, it's comics, so it's fairly understandable. And for feral Wolverine. While Wolverine can be fairly well maintained, having adamantium fused to your bones probably isn't the best feeling. And then having that adamantium ripped out through every single one of your pores by Magneto probably doesn't feel all that much better. Well, just the pain alone doesn't really help justify this version of Wolverine's ferocity and costume choice. Come on, man. Well, as it turns out, the adamantium was holding back Wolverine's secondary mutation, one that slowly turned him into an animalistic version of himself. Kind of like the Man-Spider from the 90s Spider-Man cartoon that I will reference every chance I get, because it's on Disney Plus, and I recently finished watching it. Oh my god. But that ending, come on. While this version of Wolverine is strong, he lacks control and can be defeated by other Wolverines, but oh my god, if you thought the Ultimate version was ruthless, obviously you haven't seen this guy in action. Brutal. In a 3 Venom Logan, the Venomverse takes its cues from the Spider-Verse, but instead it explores a multiverse of Venoms. One of these alternate realities saw Old Man Logan making a return and continuing that story. In this world, Logan is captured by Archangel, who wants to punish him for killing the rest of the X-Men. So their solution is to unleash a venomized T-Rex to kill him. However, when Logan gets swallowed by the T-Rex, the symbiote attaches to Logan instead, finding him to be a superior host. And while Wolverine is able to fight him slightly, Venom is unpredictable, strong, and lacking ethics, which is hard for Logan to fight off. The whole Logan having a symbiote thing is cool and all, but can we talk about this Venom T-Rex? This thing looks so dope. Why can't this be a pop figure? And if it is, can someone send it to me? And by that I mean the link to it, not the actual figure, because I need this in my life. Oh my god, it's so cool. It's like a Venom and Anti-Venom T-Rex. And a 2 Vampire Wolverine. When you mix a mutant with the potential to become a feral version of himself, and is basically immortal, with the blood of a vampire, the result will either be catastrophic or basically just the same as the original. This version is more of the latter, and while yes, he is basically the same person, his personality becomes more evil and he wants to drink your blood. If you can get over those slight details, I'm sure you'll have a lovely date. But other than that, it's like any other night with your girlfriends. This version of Wolverine comes from a what-if issue where his healing factor prevents him from being turned by any normal means. So instead, Dracula needs to kill and then feast on Wolverine himself, which turns Logan into the new Lord of Vampires. Because that makes sense. But he has the same weaknesses as a vampire, so sunlight and stakes. So if you're gambling with him, keep raising, he'll have to back out. Because it's raising the stakes. I'll stop. Finally, in number 1, Wolverine. Look, Supernatural is a really good show, so obviously I love demons and stuff. Apart from me being a demon too. The Red Right Hand were a cult with a vendetta against Wolverine for seemingly no reason, or for a very mysterious reason. So instead of learning how to kill him, they summon an unnamed demon to possess Logan and then use that to get Wolverine to kill his friends. It's probably Azazel. Nicknamed Wolverine, the demon killed several of Logan's close friends, and while all this was going on, Wolverine's soul was trapped in hell. This isn't like any normal demon possession, so I feel like I'm right about the whole Azazel thing. He still owes me $10. It took the entire force of the X-Men along with Jean Grey helping Wolverine to try to regain control to cast the demon out and send it right back home. I mean, hell. Hey, I have reddish hair, it's okay. This version was insanely strong and those claws really wet my whistle. That's it. I like fire, that's it. There we have it, friends, the top 10 evil versions of Wolverine. Which Wolverine do you relate to the most on this list, and which ones would you like to see if we do a part 2? Let me know below, and on your way down, be sure you hit like and subscribe for daily nerdy content and ring that bell to know when we upload. Thank you all so much for watching. I have been and shall remain Connor Monroe, and I'll see you in another video. This version of Wolverine just looks... This Wolverine... Logan and Creed were submitted to the Weapon X project, where Logan got adamantium bonded to his bones and where he learned of his mutant. Marvel Zombies is one hell of a morbid storyline. The 5-issue limited series is the answer to the question, what if Marvel